very good game for us overall. Very low-rated defensive game. We got dominated on the glass. We've been an outstanding rebounding team this year, but not in the game at Baylor. That was a big point of emphasis for us going into the game, and we were unsuccessful at winning the rebound game. I wasn't crazy about our energy. I know there's been some news there in the media about our logistics and travel issues, which is true. But our energy wasn't high. We have other ways to track our energy with this catapult system, and it's the lowest our energy's been in 3 years in the game at Baylor. So hopefully we'll get back and practice today, get rested and ready to play against another really good SEC opponent in Mississippi State. Coach Holland has done a really nice job with their team. Rarely do we play against a team that has all 5 starters coming back. And we know those guys really well. They know what they're doing. They're tough, they're talented, and now they're experienced. So we got to be ready to go.
All right, thank you, Coach. Just raise your hand. We'll get a mic to you. We'll start on the left side with Cecil.
Coach, it still seems like, particularly on the offensive boards at Baylor, you're looking for somebody to help Dante rebound. Is that other candidates, or is it just going to have to be by committee that everybody's got to get 2 more rebounds than they've been getting?
Yeah, absolutely, and especially with our first unit, Kevin Mack and Herb, and we bring in the reserves, Riley and Galen and Reese. Those guys, we all count on those guys getting rebounds for us, and also our guards, doing a good job of cracking back and helping our big guys. We just didn't get it in that game. We didn't move well. We didn't move well. We were just slow. We didn't. Our explosive movements wasn't there in that particular game.
Jump over the right side here to Alex.
It seems like every time you have kind of one of these disappointing showings or whatever, the team seems to respond, whether it's at practice the next day or the next game. What has been the key to that you've been able to identify?
Well, hopefully we'll find a level of consistency where we won't always have to respond to bad news or a bad game. I give them credit though. Whenever we've had some disappointment, they've gotten back to work, to put their hard hats on. I'm expecting us to have a really tough, good practice today, and we have a lot of respect for our opponents, and we have another opponent coming in now that we better respect because they'll embarrass you. They scored 90-something points in their last game.
And you played ranked opponents really well this season. What is it about that, the elevated competition, or what that's allowed this team to raise their play a little bit against tough opponents?
I just think it's appropriate fear of failure, and that's okay. And we know that all the small details in every game, but especially those games against terrific opponents, you better be ready to play. And whether it's on the road or at home, you can't mess around with teams like this. Lamar Peters can basically win the game by himself, okay? And both of the Witherspoon brothers, we have enough video evidence to understand how good this team is. So I just think we better have an elevated high level of concentration and focus and energy and hustle and teamwork to give ourselves a chance to be successful.
Other questions for Coach? Let's go back here to the right, Reiner.
You talked about you were proud of the consistency in the Ole Miss game. Is it frustrating that you guys can't seem to harness the momentum that you do get from some of these really good performances that you've had and carried into, games, 1, 2, 3, down the road?
Well, I don't know if frustrating is the word, because, I try not to get overly frustrated with the team because I'm the coach, and I get frustrated when I don't get the job done, because I told you guys I don't hide behind the players. I'm out in front. But I just think there's a higher expectation for us more consistent. We've earned the right to be consistent. And yes, if you're young and somewhat you make excuses, but there are no excuses. We are a veteran team. We should be more consistent. That's the mandate. That's the expectation. And hopefully at some point in this season we'll get it done before it's too late.
Let's go back to Alex.
Riley was talking about, and Dayton as well, the late game, kind of the lapse there that happened, especially the last 5 minutes where you had some opportunities when you couldn't get the ball in the bucket, or there were a turnover here and there. Where I thought, how much are those learning experiences key the day after and watching film, and what kind of response did you see from them just in the film study of that game afterwards?
Yeah, you know, the response is always good. We just trying to get it right during those times. You know, Dante was open on the slip. We didn't get him the ball. We didn't have great transition defense. We missed a left-handed layup that we're capable of making 10 out of 10 times. So give Baylor credit. We don't want to ever not respect our opponents, but there were things Alabama could have controlled, and we didn't control it. And the idea is, hey, when we can control a situation defensively or offensively with spacing, finishing your layups, everybody understanding what coverage we're in on our pick and rolls. If we switch to some sort of zone defense, what are your responsibilities in the zone? What do we value on offense and defense? And just get the job done.
Has there been like a lack of focus some of those times? I mean, Dayton even said that after late practice, sometimes, you know, they don't always handle it the right way or treat it the same way they would a game. Can you see that on the team, and how do you correct that?
Yeah, we just got to keep working at it. You know, there's no magic wand. There's no pill. Okay, we just got to keep working at it in practice, and I think a lot of what happens in practice, it does tend to carry over in the game. And when we're in those last, what we call 4-minute wars, and we play those games, and you know the score is 68-68, and you got to be able to execute. And a lot of times the defense is not going to always tell you what they're going to do. You got to be able to read and react. And if we change our defenses, everybody has to be on the same page, so we'll know the appropriate rotations. So we'll get better. This team has a ton of potential, and I know that word potential is sometimes scary, but we have potential to be a better basketball team and a more consistent team. We just got to be mature and, you know, continue to just be mentally tougher, physically tougher, fight through any adversity that we deal with in the game, and just take that next step. And again, in the SEC, you're going to have to do it because you're playing against some outstanding opponents.
We have time for one more question if there are already. Anything else? All right. Thank you,
Okay.
Coach.
All right.